If we haven't met before, I am a doula, a childbirth educator with an engineering degree, and I have attended about 300 births. So I've seen lots of people wearing different things in labor, and today we're talking about hospital gowns, specifically about cute hospital gowns that you can buy that don't expose your backside. I'm a believer that you're going to feel better if you choose what you wear. What that means is not wearing the standard hospital gown, wearing your own clothes, or choosing one of these type of cute hospital gowns will make you feel better in labor, will make you feel more, less. It'll make you feel less like a sick person. And the other thing that I'm sure that you're thinking about the hospital gown, and rightly so, is that those hospital gowns, they open in the back, and I don't know, if you're like me, you probably don't want your butt hanging out for everyone to see. So today we're talking about two of the most popular cute hospital gowns that are made for labor and delivery. I want to talk about each of them, and we're going to cover a few different areas and look at how each of these two gowns fit into the areas. Those are, how are they with laboring when you're up and about and moving around? How are they when it comes to getting an epidural? How are they with skin to skin of the baby, with the baby? How are they when it comes to breastfeeding? And then at the very end, I am going to talk about an overall winner and share which one is my favorite and my choice if you are looking to choose a hospital gown. So let's meet the two gowns. First of all, we have, it's called the Bravely gown, and it's by a company called Kindred Bravely. And it is our blue polka dot gown. And then we have the Gownie, which is made by a company called GOWNS, and it is our bold floral gown. Now, I just selected two popular patterns. They come in a variety of patterns. They come in solids as well. So don't judge these on the patterns that I chose, because you can certainly pick your own patterns. So I'd like to start off and just give a little bit of a description about each gown, and then we're going to go into those 4 different categories and pick our overall winner. So first of all, the Kindred Bravely, the Bravely gown, it is made with a knit material. So it feels very much like a t-shirt knit. It is soft right out of the package, but I bet if you washed it a few times, it would start to get even softer. And the thing that is, I think, interesting to me about this gown is that it has snaps down the side, which I'll go into a little more depth later, but it also has Velcro down the front. So this is the Bravely gown, and on the back is solid, so no opening in the back. The Gownie is different, and it is made with a woven fabric. So the fabric is similar to the hospital gown fabric, though a softer feel, and I'm sure if you washed it, it would also feel softer. It also has the snaps down the side of the arm, at the arm, shoulder, and then this one also has snaps in the back, which we'll go into more detail about why that would be helpful in the Gownie. And they do come in different sizes. So these are both extra large. This one says 2XL. This one is XL to 2XL. So if you are someone that doesn't enjoy a one size fits all, then getting your own gown or wearing your own clothes is definitely another consideration to take into account. Okay, let's jump into movement. So one of the things that I really think is great about these gowns that's different from a hospital gown is that you can move around without your backside falling out or being exposed, right? So each of them has an ability to cover up your butt. So thumbs up to both of that. The Bravely gown one thing I like is they have pockets. So there are 2 pockets, and they're big enough to fit a cell phone. So if you are walking around, you want to have your phone with you, you have the ability to keep that pocket, which I think is really nice. But I think for movement, they would both work really well. Now, if we're talking epidural, then we really should think about the back side of the gown. So I'm just going to turn them over so you can see a back. So if you get an epidural, they will need access to your back. And the nice thing here about the Gownie is that it has these snaps that can easily provide access to your back. Usually you could get the epidural wearing the gown like this, and then after the procedure is done, we could just snap up a little bit. Now, the one thing to note is that after an epidural, you will usually spend most time laboring in a bed. So sometimes I have seen people laboring in their own clothes or a cute hospital gown, and then once they get an epidural, they switch to the hospital gown because they're not going to be up and about, their butt won't be hanging out in the hallway or something like that, or in their room. So the Bravely gown, since it does not have any type of opening in the back, I would say that if you chose to wear this one in labor, if you got an epidural, you might consider taking this one off, putting it in your bag for later, and switching to a hospital gown for an epidural. So I would say epidural wise, if you want to keep your cute gown on, the Gownie would be a better choice for that. The next one to talk about is skin to skin. So when the baby's born, a lot of times, as long as baby's doing well, we want to put baby right here, right on your belly, top of your abdomen, and get that nice skin to skin. So both of these have the shoulder snaps. So that I'm going to just open this one so that all the way so you can see. So you can see that it opens nicely so that baby can go here. And that does work. It sometimes is a little awkward. That is the same way that a regular hospital gown works as well. And sometimes we end up just taking the whole thing off. So that can be another way to handle skin to skin if that opening isn't big enough. So that's the same thing here. Now, the thing that I like about this one is that it has the Velcro down the front. So if you're ready for skin to skin, you can just quickly pull the Velcro down and put baby here and have just a bigger room. What's cool is that I like about this Velcro, if you're thinking, oh no, the Velcro might scratch the baby when you're nursing, and we'll talk about that in a second. But if you want to cover the Velcro, they have this little extra piece that you can just cover it up and make it nice and soft. So that is pretty cool. And frankly, I feel like they should advertise that more on their website or on their product description, because I think that's pretty awesome. Because if you were going to wear these for an extended amount of time, nursing and having the baby close to you, just covering up that scratchy Velcro, that would be cool. Okay, so skin to skin, these two are similar in that they open this way and give that big pocket of opening, but the Bravely gown opening down the front, I'm gonna say for skin to skin, I like this better. Next category, breastfeeding. When it comes to breastfeeding with these gowns, they differ, I would say, in a similar way with the skin to skin because of the opening. The opening down the front gives you lots of flexibility to access your breast. And though you do also have these side snaps and that you could use that for breastfeeding as well. So nice access here, easy. I will say the side snaps are plastic here, which I kind of like better than these metal ones, though, I mean, not enough that it would change my purchasing decision, but I just like those a little bit better. So breastfeeding with the Gownie would be opening up the side panel. I would say as far as breastfeeding, I probably, if I had a preference, I would say this one stands out just a little bit more because of the flexibility of having that access down the front. So Bravely Gown wins in that one. Time for an overall winner. First of all, I think these both are good options. And if you want to find out more about them, I put handy links down below that you can check out both of the gowns. And price is very similar, if not the same, for these gowns, depending upon, how prices go up and down, but very similar. So I would say that my overall winner for the gowns would be the Bravely. And, it kind of just had me at the material. I just got to be honest. The material, it sold me on the gown just at the material side, but this front closure, it's pretty awesome. If you like product reviews like this, I put together a playlist right here. Make sure to check it out next, and I'll see you guys next time.